You can create your own custom brushes based on artwork you draw inside of Photoshop. Let's say you wanted to create a greeting card for the autumn and you wanted to draw some leaves falling down from the sky or just to create a really cool pattern. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So with my brush, I'm going to paint on just a new document. So I'm going to just go ahead and create the outline for this brush. So once again, I'm going for a leaf. Let me start again. That was pretty bad. I'm going to deselect and I'm just going to start with the middle like this so I can actually focus on what I'm doing. It's a little hard to draw a leaf if you don't see the middle part. There we go. And I'm going to actually fill that in. So I'm going to just increase the size of my brush and just paint that in. The reason I'm painting it in is so that when we change the colors, the entire brush will change. I could also use the paint bucket tool, or I could just fill it in with that color, but why not just go ahead and just paint it in very quickly. Once again, this is a Academy Award winning illustration, by the way. Alright, so here is my leaf. I'm going to grab my marquee tool this time, and I'm going to draw a selection around the pixels. Then I'm going to go to Edit, Define Brush Preset. I'm going to call it Leaf, and I'll click OK. I can deselect this now, and I can actually delete this if I want to. So if I click on my brush, I can go to my presets up here by clicking where it says Brush, and I can scroll all the way to the bottom of this list, and here's my leaf. I can move my mouse out here to get a preview as to the diameter, and I can scale that down with the slider. So I'll go ahead and just make it pretty large anyway. And I'm going to change my swatch color to something autumny, and I'll click, and now I have my own custom leaf. I'll change the color again to something a little bit more rust color. And now I'm working on my own pattern. So you can use the brush dynamics to affect, of course, how the tool is going to work, so you can have it change based on your brush stroke and that kind of stuff. Or if you want to, you can create a new layer and you can change the color of your leaf. This is just another option if you want to create some kind of rotation. So what I'm going to do is just draw a couple like so. Then on this layer, I'll press Command or Control T. Then I can rotate that. Hit Enter or Return and create a new layer and then add even more leaves. So you can use that to create some very interesting patterns. Once again, all you need to do is draw some custom artwork, then define that brush, and then you can manipulate it by putting it on its own layer to create your own custom artwork. You can even add a blur if you want to, such as a motion blur, to show a little bit of motion with the leaves, and just follow the actual direction of the artwork. And now you have something really kind of cool.